I'm trying to decide what to do tomorrow. I might just flip a coin or put two cities' names in a hat and draw it out and see where I'm headed tomorrow. The two options are Edmond or Norman, and I might just put their names in a hat and draw it out and see which one I'm headed to. I'm doing this very scientific. I put both city names in the cup, and we'll just pick out where I'm going tomorrow. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are up to go do a little adventuring today. I put the names of two towns in a cup last night. The options were Edmond, Oklahoma or Norman, Oklahoma. I've been to both locations several times over the years, but there's always something I can find to do that I've never done before or never been to. So we will see where we're headed today, and you'll have to wait till we get there to find out. I had heard there were two new murals in Norman. How pretty is that? And here's the second one. It's on the other side. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The state bird, scissortail flycatcher. Did see a little historical marker or plaque over here. We'll go see what it says. Bailey the Kid LLC did all the artwork. How pretty is that? They're made with old silos. There are pigeons living in there. I just saw them. Interesting. Okay, sorry, we got sidetracked. A little sidetracked by the pigeons. Okay, let's get serious. Caring for people with mental illness. We can't see this side very well. Let's go. Caring for people with mental illness. Dozens of Oklahomans boarded trains in Jacksonville, Illinois. One day in 1895, they were bound for the prairie town of Norman, Oklahoma, and they newly opened private sanitarium that would care for them. That was the beginning of what is now known as Griffin Memorial Hospital near this location. By the end of September 1895, 78 patients were returned to Oklahoma. Okay. Distracted by geese. Sorry, got distracted. Okay. Prior to 1895, Oklahoma Territory contracted out treatment of its mental patients to the state of Illinois. When the failed Highgate Academy patients... I could not function. I was struggling to read the sign. This was before coffee. Let me know in the comments if you have to have coffee before you can process anything. Anyway, now that I'm home, I'll read the sign. Caring for people with mental illness. Dozens of Oklahomans boarded train in Jacksonville, Illinois, one day in 1895. They were bound for the prairie town of Norman, Oklahoma, and the newly opened private sanitarium that would care for them. That was the beginning of what is now known as Griffin Memorial Hospital near this location. By the end of September 1895, 78 patients were returned to Oklahoma. Prior to 1895, Oklahoma Territory contracted out treatment of its mental patients to the state of Illinois. When the failed Highgate Academy buildings on the east end of Main Street in Norman became available, some Oklahoma doctors formed the Oklahoma Sanitarium Co. to open a facility here. They contracted with the territorial legislature to care for the patients closer to their families. The first patient, a woman from Woodward County, was admitted on June 15, 1895. In 1915, the sanitarium was sold to the state and became known as the Oklahoma State Hospital. The name was changed in 1952 to Central State Griffin Memorial Hospital. In 1994, the name was shortened to Griffin Memorial Hospital to honor Dr. David Griffin, an early day hospital psychiatrist and administrator. Inscribed on the hospital's main street front gate was the Norman Institute for Violently Mentally Insane. Legend has it that Dr. Griffin, a psychiatrist from North Carolina, personally chiseled the word insane off the sign in an early attempt to reduce the stigma of mental illness. Thousands of patients have received care at the hospital, which at one time employed hundreds of Oklahomans. It was gated city within the city. The hospital had a dairy, now the site of Griffin Park, a cattle operation, gardens, laundries, ice and power plants, and recreational areas for the patients. Most patients had jobs within the institution. Doctors and administrators lived on the grounds with their families. I'll link a couple other videos that have ties to Griffin Memorial in this video in case you missed them. Be sure to stop and check out these lovely new murals next time you're in Norman, Oklahoma. After checking out these beautiful new murals and checking in on the pigeons one last time, it was time for me to fly the coop and head to my next location.
That's cute. They have a little pantry and a refrigerator. How nice.
Sorry.
You're fine. Thank you.
Yep.
I didn't realize talented artists are also authors.
I remembered this time I am not a scone person. I got this delicious blueberry muffin and an iced chai latte. Both were scrumptious and yummy. By the end of the war, it was estimated 65,000 Navy personnel were trained in Norman.
The war years in Norman, 1941-1954.
If you're interested in reading more about the naval history in Norman, I will put a couple of websites in the description box. Couldn't find any history on these gentlemen. I'm guessing they were just paying homage to railroad workers of the past. Appears the depot is currently undergoing construction. The Norman Depot can be rented for events. All indication was there was a wedding about to take place. Nicely dressed guests were arriving and a catering vehicle pulled up while I was nearby.
Cannot read all that. It's hard to read. Something about this monument marks the location of the northwest corner of Norman, Oklahoma National Guard Armory, built in 1934 by the WPA and demolished in 1979 to make room for the Cleveland County Courthouse. And now that's where it is. See, those are the old naval at the Westheimer Airport. That's where the naval bases were. Oh, their tables, either one's fine. Thank you.
The Mont is a local favorite, and it's always busy.
Come here, you have to get a swirl. It's kind of like the law. Wish you were here.
I made the traditional BLT into a BLC, bacon, lettuce, cheese, because I don't do tomatoes. It was delicious.
Look at all that bacon. Wow. Bacon, bacon, bacon. The Mont. Always packed. You know, one thing Oklahoma is famous for? It's our unpredictable, chaotic weather. So I thought no better place to go than the National Weather and Science Center. Let's go.
Dedicated to Oklahoma's storied connection to weather and storms, this nonprofit museum features a collection of historic meteorological instruments, record-setting hailcast, virtual reality experiences, and even a tornado-damaged car exhibit. Anyone fascinated with weather will enjoy strolling around here, and they have plans to expand the museum in the future.
I'm on TV doing your weather forecast right now. If you're in these areas, you need to take cover. Take cover. This is harder than it looks. No David Payne. If you're in the red, take cover. Be in your safe spot now. It's very hard to look at this. And look at this. Look, I'm on the TV. It's kind of fun. Oh my gosh, if you are in the red, you need to be in your safe spot. Do not waste time. Get below ground. I would be very panicky. Good thing I don't do the weather. The wild winds, enhanced Fujita scale. Feel the fury for $3. Should I do it?
This is a message from the emergency broadcast system.
Okay, we survived the tornado. My hair did not survive the tornado, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. It's fine. We survived. My hair is not the same after that wind tunnel. Not the same. I've been doing this a long time, Reed Dimmer. Weather Bureau Headquarters, 1914. This is why you should not be in a vehicle in a tornado. May 20th, 2013, tornado car. Can't even really tell what kind of car it was. Oh, the gas cap stayed on. Oh my lord, stripped it all. Oh, this is what it was, a Chevy. T-28 aircraft. This is South Dakota Tech, Rapid City, South Dakota. National Science Foundation. It says rescue one person at a time in the cockpit. I'm not getting in the cockpit because I won't get out. Got the mossy tree. There's the cockpit. But you can get in if you're brave enough and tiny enough. Oh, we flight simulate. Very cool. There's a little tornado damage survey. You can scan it. Do it from your own home. You can survey the tornado damage. If you like science and weather, you should visit this little museum the next time you're in Norman, Oklahoma. Until next time, bye for now.